Hello! We are continuing my journey into the Grishaverse. I've already made 3 videos in which I read the Grisha trilogy. Today, I want to talk about 6 of Crows. This is the real reason why I even read the Grisha trilogy. I was so excited to finally read this. I have not finally read this, and yeah, let's just get into the video, man. I'm going to be shortly reviewing the book spoiler-free. Then I'm going to show you my reading vlog where I'm reading the book, and then I'll come back with some spoilery thoughts. So, 6 of Crows is a fantasy in which a gang of 6 outcasts are hired to do a seemingly impossible heist. That's pretty much all I want to say for what it's about. I think that's all you need to know. Criminal heist story in a fantasy world. Overall, I liked it a lot. I think with this book, the strength is really in the characters. This band of 6 people, I found all of them really fleshed out. They all have their own backstory and their own motivations for why they want to, pull off this heist, for why they want to join into this stupidly dangerous adventure. And all those different characters with their different motivations, that sometimes clashed, were really interesting to read about. And also I just love the concept of a bunch of misfits coming together to try to pull off something that seems impossible. That's just a fun premise. The world building compared to the Grisha trilogy, which takes place in the same world, especially in this book, in 6 of Crows, all the places seemed so real and tangible. It might have to do with the fact that Ketterdam, which is where a lot of the story takes place, is based on Amsterdam or the Netherlands, which I'm from Belgium, so the Netherlands is not far from my bed. I loved spending time in Ketterdam. I thought it was such a well-crafted setting, even though it's not a fun place to be. If I want to go into a couple of more negative things I can say about the book, it took me a while to get into, and I think that's because of the many points of views we have. It's told from the perspective of 5 different people, I believe, and every chapter switches which person's head you're in, and so that made it so that it took me a while to get to know the characters. It was only well into the book where I really started to feel like I knew these characters, and that's when everything clicked into place, and that's when I really started to enjoy the book. I do think that the switching of the POVs was a good thing, but it is true that in the beginning, I guess it takes a little bit more time for you to get into it. And then one more negative thing is all the characters are so young. In the beginning, it's mentioned multiple times how young they are. This main dude who's a hardened criminal is 17, and I'm no, you're not. You're not 7. No, you're not. One of the people on the heist is only 15, and I'm just what? 15? The characters do not talk or act like teenagers, first of all. And the skills they have are not skills that people of that age should have. And I know it's an alternate universe, it's a different world, and maybe there it's possible. It felt weird to me, and I really felt like this book would have benefited from having the characters be 10 years older. There's pictures, hold on. This guy is supposed to be 17. No, I don't think so. How is he 15? I wish they were just a little older. I think I probably would have liked it better if this was an adult fantasy. Not only would the characters probably be older, but also I feel like the writer could have maybe gone even a little bit further with some things, and also some of the focuses, I suppose, of the story might lie in different places that I guess I'm more interested in. I don't know. I think this would have been great as an adult fantasy. So that's all for the spoiler-free section. I'm now going to go into my reading vlog where you can watch me read and react to the book. I've read about 60 pages and I'm quite enjoying it. At first, I was a little bit confused because there were so many new characters and I just couldn't remember anyone's name. The vibe is very much look at all these cool gangsters doing cool things. I don't know how to explain it. It's really trying to rub in how badass and cool this guy Kaz is. Kaz is just the coolest guy ever, he's ruthless. By the way, my husband's name is Kazuki.
Thank you very much.
When he speaks to non-Japanese people, he often he calls himself Kaz. So when I hear Kaz, I just think my cuz, you know? This cuz is very different because he kills people. He does. He kills people and he's like a gang leader and he cuts off people's fingers and stuff.
That is actually the same hobby of mine.
But yeah, like it's clear that the book wants us to really think like, oh, he's so cool. I imagine he's like a 12-year-old boy's dream. You know, like 12-year-old boys want to be him. Aside from that, I really don't know much. Okay, you know what? I do that. It's so Dutch. It's so Dutch. As a Belgian girl, this is really funny to read. All the names are like names of like the people that I know, which like I guess for American people that's like not a weird thing in books, but like for someone who grew up in Belgium who speaks Dutch or Flemish, whatever, this weird. It's weird. This never happens. Also, I was shocked to find out, is 17 years old. Hello? What 17-year-old is that badass? Oh my god, there's that one part where he just goes like, you see, every man is a safe, a vault of secrets and longings. Now, there are those who take the brute's way, but I prefer a gentler approach. The right pressure applied at the right moment, in the right place. It's a delicate thing. What 17-year-old talks like this? This Matthias guy and this Nina girl, they got some like baggage. Something happened between them two, and like it's like because like Matthias or Matthias, I don't know. He wants to like kill her. Nina's feeling guilty for something that she did, but also they were probably like lovers, right? What is up? What did she do? What happened, man? Alright, update time. I'm like 150 pages in. I'm really quite liking the characters. The characters are all really fun to hang out with, even though they're all criminals. But that's kind of the fun part of it as well. They're all like badass people. This cause person is still just like... It's like a little boy's wet dream type of guy, you know, just too cool for school. And then you got Nina and Matthias. They got something going on. They're probably gonna fall back in love or something, or they're gonna kill one another. I'm down no matter what happens, to be honest. I'm just here for the drama. And then you have the sort of tension between Jesper and Wylan, I believe they're called. I'm really enjoying those two because they do bring a little bit of a lighter comic relief. I really like how Jesper is just kind of a little bit more of like a negative Nancy about the whole thing, and then you've got Wylan who's just like, honestly, probably me in this situation. Like that, he's what I would be in this situation. Just like total noob, has no idea what's going on, like terrified, hiding in a corner. Although no, he did do like a good thing. He like set off a bomb while they were getting attacked in the harbor, and I was like, wow, good job, Wylan. So like, you know, he's not completely useless, which I would be. As for the story, sometimes I feel like this would be better as a movie because it's so like, you know, it's kind of like an Ocean's 11, you know, like heist movie, right? But I mean, I am enjoying it. I am interested to see how they're gonna pull this off because it does seem like the impossible challenge. Did she just stab a guy in the balls?
What? What did you just say? Someone stabbed a guy in his balls?
I think so. He shrieked and released her, hands going to his bleeding groin.
Are you watching kind of porn?
This is not porn. Well, maybe for some people. Yikes. I'm like at... Oh my god, I'm at 200 pages. I wish I was like more into it than I am at this point. It's not like I'm not enjoying it. Like I'm enjoying it and I want to keep reading, but I'm not as into it as I wish I was, which is so annoying. As for like the plot of them trying to break into this ice court thing, I just don't really care that much. The incentive of them to go and do this is all just money, and like maybe that's just like a personal thing, but I don't really care. I feel like I'm liking Nina a lot. You know, when she was trying to nurse Anesh back to health, you know, she was feeling weight in over her head because she's not used, you know, she's not a healer, but like she has to do this thing, and like I find myself caring about Nina a lot. I don't know, I see her as like kind of sensitive. But when Anesh woke up from her like almost dying, she like instantly burst into tears and stuff, and I'm like, I would do that. I don't know, because like I feel like everyone else is so badass that like I like a little vulnerability. I'm really drawn to Nina also because she's like that's kind of like her job, right, at the whorehouse. Is it an like, I'm sorry if I'm using the wrong words here, but like at the Rose place, she like, instead of having sex with her customers, she is more like sort of like a therapist, or she like makes them feel better by slowing their heart rate and like calming them down and stuff, right? And I'm just like, I just love that, and I like her so much. We love Nina, you know, because she's Grisha, and you've got then the sort of like Grisha hunters. That whole thing of like Grisha being looked at as sort of demon type beings and being hunted and stuff. Like, I'm really interested in that part of the story, because like that's messed up, but like it like I don't know, I'm very into that. I want to know more about Nina and like I guess Matthias and how he's all wrapped up in that. This Kaz guy, he's full of crap. Like, he's so cold, so stoic. My god. It's like they clearly both love each other, but they're both too stubborn to admit it. And it's gonna take this entire book for them to get over themselves. I don't have the energy for this. I just don't. I don't care. Like, he's over here pretending that he doesn't care about her. Like, he can just get someone else to do her job. You know, she got upset about that, of course. And then she is all like, if we do this heist and we get this money, then I have enough money to leave. And then I'll just be gone, now won't I? And then he's like, oh, well, that's great, because then I can just get someone else to do your job, because I don't care. It's just like, shut up. Like, just kiss already. Like, it's fine. Also, I'm finding Kaz to be like really quite annoying. He sort of acts like he owns her. And like, I mean, he kind of does, because he like saved her life kind of ish or whatever. But like, who does he think he is? Like, no. I don't know, man. Kaz needs to like take a few seats. Nina and Matthias' story is like the stuff that's really getting to me. I just read the part about them traveling together and kind of getting to know each other, I suppose, and then how she betrayed him. It's so sad. Like, poor guy. He seems like such a nice guy, and I'm not saying that what she did was terrible, because she has her reasons, even though I don't know her reasons. I am intrigued by their storyline right now. At this point, probably the part of the story that I'm the most interested in, because like the whole situation with Grisha and then the Fjordan people is messed up. This kind of stuff happens in our world as well, and it is messed up and it's wrong. I'm very scared to find out what they're gonna find at the Ice Palace. I don't know, like if they're gonna like find torture chambers or something like that. Like I don't know. I don't know how bad things are, but it's scary. On another note, I think Jesper is hilarious. So Nina kind of explained why she did what she did, and I kind of totally get it. They hadn't known each other for that long. She must have been so afraid, and you know, she wasn't trying to get him thrown in jail. She was just trying to save both of them, kind of, in a way. But it's nice how they kind of realize at the end of part 3 here, you know, they do have a lot in common, because they both really fight for what they believe in, and they both really love their people. And so they might be turning on Kaz, I think. Are they planning to kill Bayur, whatever his name is? Maybe that is the way to go, because like this drug is not cool. Oh, and also, yeah, they got attacked by this like Grisha that was on the drug, and that made me think of like one of the first chapters where the Grisha girl who was a heartender, I think she escaped, right? I feel like she's gonna bring some issues. She's gonna come back in the story, and she is gonna attack them, and she's terrifying, because she can just stop your heart. If she hasn't had the drug for a long time, maybe she's like almost dead. I don't know, but this is exciting. Okay, it's getting more interesting. They just found their way into the like prisoner car, which was really cool. I love the fact that they're going to pull off something that initially seems really impossible, and like step by step I'm gonna figure out how they do it, and like that's just so satisfying to me. For example, here when they first explained how they were gonna get in, you know, through the vans, they were gonna replace the prisoners inside the van with themselves and stuff. I was like, how the hell, how? And then like they did it, and I was like, you know what, that's clever. Matthias, he is getting suspicious. He's been saying some stuff that just makes me think he's definitely gonna like sabotage. I don't know, don't trust him. But also, like, I get his point of view as well. But if I were Kaz, I would prepare for mutiny. Oh yeah, and Kaz just fainted, and like Inej is like, oh, why is he so nervous? Why is Kaz so nervous? And I'm just over here thinking maybe he's claustrophobic. I just read the part where, you know, Kaz and his brother Jordy, like I'd already read the part where they got scammed, and that was stupid and sad, but like now I read the part where, you know, Jordy passes away from the firepox and stuff that happens afterwards. It's so sad. It's like I feel physical pain in my chest from reading this. God, it hurts. I don't. So like the reason Kaz is like wearing his gloves all the time, that's because is it because of what happened with his brother and how he had to like hold on to his dead body for so long, and like he had to like be around the dead bodies and touch the dead bodies for so. Is that because yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Anyways, they're in the jail now. Oh god, so much happened. They went into the ice palace, got themselves thrown into jail. Kaz was just freaking out the entire time. But then like we also got so much more depth into his backstory. We got the whole backstory of him and his brother dying and the grossness of that. And then him finding out that it was Pekka Rollins who tricked him and his little brother. It's so sad. I get his want for revenge now. And also I wrote like, is Jesper gay? I think he might be gay. There was this point where he was kind of like talking about Kaz in a way that to me felt like romantic, and then he was like flirting with Wylan. I think he was flirting with Wylan. Maybe he's bi. I don't know. I'm starting to like Jesper a lot. He's a really, really fun, interesting character. We got the whole backstory of Kaz saving Inej from the menagerie, which in a way makes me understand why Inej really likes Kaz and like is kind of in love with him. Because like before that, like honestly, like I don't understand why anyone would be into Kaz like that. But like I guess he kind of saved her. But even then, like honestly, I don't think you're gonna find happiness with this guy. Like he is a messed up young man. But you know, Inej, you do you. Aside from that, they've just been like going on their little heist and like a bunch of stuff has gone wrong. When Inej was climbing up the friggin' the thingy, that was some serious stuff. Like she really dug deep there. Literally like her shoes were like melting into her feet. Like this is a strong lady. And now we have Nina and Inej pretending to be like people from the menagerie, I think, and they're like infiltrating the party. Like they're trying to get out now, I think, because they've given up on finding Boyul Bayur. Is that his name? Which honestly, if I was with them, I would really not want to give up. One thing I'm wondering though is, okay, so I am like this far into the book, right? They're trying to escape from this heist thing. But there's a second book in this series. This is a duology. What's the second book gonna be about? Maybe they'll fail this time, and then in the second book they'll just try again? How is this a duology? Jesper and Wylan just like work together. Jesper hanging over those 3 guards, trying not to get caught. And then Wylan pretending to be like a drunk Fjerdan guy is just... this is great. This is the good stuff. Nina just ran into Jarl Brun, and he's supposed to be dead, but like I don't remember who that is. Ooh, Jesper is bisexual / pansexual confirmed.
Sure.
It's important.
Good for you and good for the community.
Great for the community, because Jesper is a A+ guy. We like him.
Wait, is it the Kaz guy?
No, Kaz is, well, I don't know. Kaz seems
Pretty straight.
asexual? I don't really like him. Does he though? He's just a little messed up. I mean, he has reasons why he's messed up, but I still would never want to like be near him. Yeah. We prefer Jesper, the bisexual god.
Is he a god?
No! I was so excited for Nina to just kick this guy's ass. Then she couldn't. Now she's in a cell. And she might get drugged. Matthias is gonna save her, right? Right? Matthias betrayed them. God. My emotions are just being pulled from left to right now. Like, this is too much. Matthias betrayed Nina, or it seemed like that, but then he, like, it seemed like he changed his mind after he, like, learned more about Brum and the Druskela way of how they view Grisha, I guess? And then he, like, made him go into unconsciousness. The life you live, the hate you feel, it's poison. I can drink it no longer. That's some good stuff. They almost died, and then they didn't.
They almost died.
And then they didn't.
Okay.
So they find the son of Boyul Bayur. The guy's dead, but his son is there, and this little kid has been having to like try to remake his dad's drug. But like he's Grisha and his dad was Grisha too, and like the whole reason Yurdaparam even is a thing was just a mistake he was trying to hide their Grisha-ness, and that's just so sad. Finally, and I was wondering where Kaz was because we haven't heard from him in a long time. He saved them. First of all, he toppled the Druskela's sacred tree, which is just so rude. I mean, the Druskela themselves are quite rude, hunting and killing of Grisha and stuff. But still, like, that's like their secret tree. I was like, oh no, he didn't. He just like toppled that tree. Like, I was like, that's too much. So they're making it out. They're on a tank. They're literally like on a tank. But I still have quite some pages to go. So I'm like, something's gonna go wrong and they're gonna get captured and that's how it's gonna end. I can't believe Nina did that. She's gonna have to live with that for the rest of her life. They were on the island, Vilgeluk. Van Eck, the guy, wasn't working with the council after all. This Van Eck guy was just doing it for himself because he wanted Padam. Basically, Van Eck is the villain. Oh, but I feel bad though. Kaz got tricked again, and I feel like that would be very triggering for him. Wyland was made to look like Kuei. Inesh has been whisked away. We don't know where she is, which is not good. But at least Nina and Kuei are safe. And now we just have like this beautiful, beautiful conversation between Jesper and Wyland. And I just think they're great. And I'm just happy that they're okay. Although Wyland might end up looking like Kuei forever, which is a thing. I finished it. I like the ending. There's still stuff to be done. And we're back. As you can see, I really like this book. Having read the entire thing, I can now 100% say that Jesper is my favorite character. 100%. He is so cool. Like, I love how impulsive and violent he is. At first, he's just kind of like the witty, funny, gamble-obsessed gun guy. But near the end of the book, you kind of get to know him better, and you get to know that he's actually Grisha. That layer of his character and personality is so interesting to me because he's literally been hiding it this entire time and he prefers to just not even acknowledge that he is Grisha. In the end, that secret is kind of opened up and I really wonder what's going to happen in the next book. I guess Jesper is going to have to figure out who he wants to be. Like, does he want to be a fabricator or does he just want to continue gambling in Ketabdam? Like, I don't know. I just care about him a lot. Also, Wyland. Wyland is such a babe. I think he's great. I loved his character because in the beginning, he's definitely like the loser of the group and he really has a lot to prove. And the fact that he actually pulls through and like becomes that badass just made me so happy and proud. And I was just very happy for Wyland and how his character arc went in this book. He really found courage and strength within himself and I love Wyland. Also Nina, ooh, I really like Nina. She is so strong. She's like that friend that's just clearly just too cool for you, but like she's super kind anyways. Like even though she's like clearly cooler than everyone else, she's still like super kind and friendly to everyone and like doesn't like act all high and mighty. Like it's just like good Nina. I love Nina. She's and oh my god, yeah, Nina took the Padam, the drug. I'm so worried about her. I really hope she is gonna be okay in the next book. Part of me kind of wants her to get like really addicted to the Yurda Padam and just like go through that really dark time. If you're new here on this channel, we love that dark stuff. Also the whole like witch hunter and witch dynamic, I guess, that Matthias and Nina had, while not being original in the slightest, it really got to me. I guess it's the trope that I do kind of like because it's so tortured. Now what I'm hoping for in the next book is I hope we spend some more time in Ketterdam, explore a little bit more like different areas of the city, because I just love spending time there, even though like Ketterdam is not a place I would want to live. I'm also hoping that the entire group is gonna get together to do some heisty stuff, or like to like come up with a plan to defeat Van Eck, because I'm guessing that in the beginning of the next book some of the group's gonna be split up and stuff, but I do hope that everyone gets together at some point. I'm hoping for a lot more Jesper and Wylan together, because I just love their dynamic. I don't know whether Wylan and Jesper would get together in the next book. I just want them both to be happy, man. As friends, as lovers, I don't care. I'm not as much into the Kaz and Inej drama. Their stuff feels a lot more petty to me. There's not enough death threats, you know, compared to like Nina and Matthias. It's like, and lastly, I just wish for in the next book, in the end, for Grisha to not have to fear for their safety when they're just chilling. This whole thing where Grisha have to like hide themselves and stuff, I just don't like it, and I hope that that gets resolved by the end. Like I hope something happens. So I think that is all I have to say about Six Crows. I only have one more book planned now in the Grishaverse for now. After this, I'm probably going to take a little bit of a Lee Bardugo break. Can't wait to get into Crooked Kingdom. I think that's all I've got for today. Hope you are having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye-bye.